Hey, what's good, guys? This is Miasin. Yo, I feel like yesterday I told you that I could actually come up with a combo that didn't involve needle fiber or LINKROSS. And I wasn't actually joking, yes. With the exact same 3-card opening and with less garnets, you can actually make a better combo. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. This is crazy. So please, 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 before you start, or I guess while you're watching this video, if you haven't liked or subscribed to my channel already, make sure you do so because that would mean a lot to me and that would make me quite happy, even happier than I already am right now. So let's get right into it. If you have Nova and either Ben 10 or... and this can kind of be flexible. Even this can actually be flexible. It can be Bithor or the other guy, the Drytron. That's no, sorry, Benten would actually be able to would be the other like Drytron card. So if you have like emergency with Nova and full, it would still work. And I will be also showing a second combo where this can actually be a cheat, but with a different hand. So make sure you're actually tuned in. Anyways, we're gonna make a Link Rebo and then send the Ben 10. So up until now, everything is the same, but Ben 10 cannot actually search for Herald of Orange Light, so we are actually going to be needing to do a slightly different combo. And then, well, yeah, we're going to pitch the Bithor, and then we're going to recycle and search. Alright, search for Manju, and then pitch Benten. Very healthy card, and now once per turn. We don't need once per turns in our cards, Konami. Just make everything now once per turn, and then nobody's ever gonna complain. Oh, this card's too good. Hey, you said it was good. It should be like that. Anyways, yeah. So search for Och, which doesn't really do much, but it's a level 4, so you're gonna see why this matters. So Manju is going to search. We're gonna get Amor Factor Psycho. And we're gonna make Barricade Borg Blocker and then summon this. It's important to do this step, otherwise it would force you to banish 2 Benten. But if you link off using the Manju, you can banish Manju and 1 Benten. So if you make full later on, you can recycle back Benten. That's just nice. It allows you to, when you pitch it with full to summon another Megalith from your deck, you can search for Manju and kind of play from there. Anyways, now we make Beatrice, and we're gonna use the effect right away. It's really important because if you make Amor Factor, if you summon Amor Factor before, your Beatrice will actually not be able to activate its effects since, well, I mean, it will, but it's gonna be negated since Amor Factor negates Fusion, Synchro, Exceeds monsters on both players' side of the field while it's face up, so it's kind of bait. And yeah, Aura Dawn, Summon 3, Tribute 3, Recycle back a Trap. Yada yada yada. And this is nuts, man. It's basically the exact same ending board, right? The exact same. No needle fiber, no LINKROSS. It's just a matter of doing the right moves using the right cards. That's it. That's all. Look at our graveyard. Look at it. It was so much smoother, right? Because the last combo that I showed you, it used Needle Fiber and LINKROSS, 2 super broken cards, but we actually had to play 2 very bad cards for this, because we had to play a Gamma that actually couldn't summon the driver from the deck, and we also had to play a garbage Herald of Orange Light, which is literally a tuner vanilla monster. That sucks. So it was basically 2 garnets, whereas right now, we're swapping it for the ability to play an actual real Yu-Gi-Oh card that you want to play in a ritual deck. So up until now, the only cards that you might be like, okay, I don't know, this kind of looks a little fishy, are these 2 specifically, Soul of Purity and Light and Thunder of Ruler. But what I have to tell you is that if you want your deck to actually have a super high ceiling and usually just skip your opponent turn or FTK, you always have to commit to weirder cards. And this doesn't necessarily make your deck any worse, especially since I feel like Soul of Purity and Light is just a good card anyways. It's a free special summon that banishes by banishing 2 light monsters from your graveyard, and it's a level 6 light fairy, so searchable by Ben 10 and makes Beatrice or Constellar Ptolemy M7. By the way, I should actually play Negalogia Zeus in this deck since I actually play quite a couple of rank 6, rank 6, and I can make rank 4s, and technically rank 1 with Sylvan Princess Sprite if you use 2 of these guys. Kinda cute. But yeah, anyways. So, Thunder of Ruler is also that other weird card, but during the standby phase we can use it, and the opponent has to skip the battle phase. So, if he doesn't get a battle phase, he can never go into main phase 2 to begin with, and since he doesn't get a main phase to 1 thanks to Amor Factor Psycho, then he has to go straight into end phase, and because of that, I mean, it's just whatever you top deck, you kill your opponent. And yeah, you're going to see why. So we already had this in the graveyard anyways. It's not really cheating. We're going to be searching for this big boy, so Meteornus DRA. And now we're going to pitch for the guy that actually searches the spells, because now by pitching it, we can like search the spell and banish, tribute these two to summon the 4K guy. And this is enough for game. This is nuts. Skip your opponent turn and kill. This is on the level of Danger, Dark World, The World FTK. Nasty, huh? Well, don't worry, because combo number 2 is just as nasty. Alright, we have no Nova and no Ben 10. Our hand technically is significantly weaker, but tell yourself that all of these cards are like 15 ofs in your deck, because they're already 3 ofs, and then you have 3 emergency, 4 field spells, 3 Nova. You can't tell me this is hard to achieve. I mean, come on. These two guys, there's a problem if you can't see at least one consistently, because you're literally playing, like, mathematically speaking, you have at least like an 80-something% chance of seeing alpha every time, if you take in consideration, like I said, all the search cards, because it's legit like a 13 of, like, realistically. And then Zeta, it's just like, it can kind of be everything, like anything technically. It can be the card that you were about to search, in a way, if you have another extender, and Full can also kind of be anything, honestly, because at the end of the day, every path leads to Rome. I don't know if this expression actually makes sense in English, but there are always several paths that you can choose to, take to end on the same board. So let's get into it. So we're going to pitch the guy that searches the spells to summon the guy that searches for the ritual monsters. And it's going to be Ben 10. So you see, if you had a Ben 10 instead, you actually would have, pitched the Ben 10 and then search for Full. And it's the exact same. So every card is like a 10 of. It's not a 3 of, it's not a 1 of. It's not hard to achieve, really. The only thing that I kind of hate is the fact that it's legit super vulnerable to Nibiru, but it's shockingly not as vulnerable to Infinite Veiler, Ogre, and stuff like that as you think, because you actually have more than one way to scare your opponent. And technically, if you already hard draw Thunder of Ruler, you skip so many steps because you no longer have to make Beatrice and Auradon, which is honestly terrifying. You can go straight for Appaloosa for 4 on summon number 5 sometimes, and your opponent can't even attempt to Nibiru you, so yeah, and maybe play more Thunder of Rulers or play like Trap Trick, but then your deck might actually become bricky. So sadly, I do not condone that. Anyways, this for once, by the way, we're finally using the ritual spell in the combo. So we're actually going to be pitching the what is this? Zeta? Yes, we're going to send Zeta from the field to the grave, I believe, to summon back Full from the hand, which recycles back Ben 10 from the grave to the hand. Alright, and now we're pitching Ben 10, so once again, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, we're gonna get 2 searches. We already have Manju because of the first Ben 10, so now we can search for Soul of Purity and Light, and now we can search for Amor Factor Psycho, of course, and now Barricade Borg Blocker, banish 2 lights, make Beatrice, so you can kind of see where this is going. Kind of feels like the Deja Vu, like you probably already seen this combo again, like before, and for a good reason, of course. So now you're going to tribute 3, but this time we actually don't have the level 4 Megalith that Ritual summons on the field already. So we're kind of late behind a little bit. And now how can we actually fix that? How can we Ritual summon Amor Factor? Well, there is a way. So we're actually going to tribute the Auradon to summon back Ophiel. When's the last time you saw someone Ritual summon by using a Link monster? Doesn't even have levels, but it is a machine. So Auradon is nasty in this deck, even if you don't summon a single Mecha Phantom Beast monster. Every Mecha Phantom Beast monster can get banned. Who cares? It's fine. Alright, so now we're going to search again because it's not once per turn. Okay. Alright, interesting. And we never used the effect for the first time, so, yeah. Now we can finally summon a Amor Factor Psycho, so everything here is identical except for 2 things. We do not end with Auradon, and we end with Fool. So this is good and bad at the same time. But actually, we're going to be able to kind of play around that anyways. And now, once again, Thunder of Ruler during the standby, main phase, end phase. That's it, that's all. No main phase 2, no nothing, no battle phase, no evenly, no nothing. This is significantly better. And by the way, regardless of the top deck, once again, we kill. Manju is obviously a joke of a top deck because I'm searching Manju in the combo anyways, so it doesn't matter. I can literally draw like Garnet, and And ironically, Garnet would be a good job because right now we're looking for damage, and Vorse Raider actually hurts a lot. Anyways, once again, recycle back the ritual spell by making a Drytron monster you control weaker by 1000 attack. And now we can ritual summon from the grave because apparently that is also very fair. And tribute Benten to summon Bathor. Now this is actually kind of a shaky move. We can do so much here. Technically, we can probably... Yeah, I mean, no. Yeah, Bathor is probably like the best option that you have because you have to summon like an... I was gonna say Morphage, Megalith monster from your deck. Alright, and then this Manju is going to search for pretty much anything. And this is game. This is obviously game. And this is literally just game, technically. It's like, it doesn't get any gamer than that. Beautiful, beautiful indeed. So that's about it for my Megalith updated combo video without NEEDLEFIBER and without LINKROSS and without breaks, honestly. So the updated deck profile is coming out very, very, very soon. Make sure you are tuned in and like and subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Until then, I will see you next time. Peace!